Winter may be slowly creeping up on us. You couldn't tell by today's
Very
forecast.
slow, almost in reverse.
However, now is the time to think about summer camp.
Yeah, joining us this morning with tips for choosing that right camp for your kiddos is owner, director of Liberty Lake Day Camp, Andy Pritikin is here to join us.
Hey there, guys.
Talk camp.
Pleasure to be here. I know it sounds crazy, right?
Yeah. Right.
Just Halloween.
Right.
I love that you are so passionate about summer camp. Where did you get that passion from?
Oh my gosh. You know, I love children. I love leading children, and I love leading young people. And it's just so invigorating to spend that time in the summer. The energy that all these kids and teens and young adults give to you, it's the future.
Yeah.
You know. And I feel like if I can do my part of helping these people, it's shaping their future.
And like everything else, it's hit a lot of bumps in the road during the pandemic period. So how has that impacted this concept of sending your kids off to camp again?
Yeah. Well, you know, I think that we were in a crisis situation already with kids and technology and screens, and the pandemic just pushed it to the extreme. Right? And then camp became this like oasis, and all of a sudden there was this need for camp. And camps were forced to run a back to basics kind of program where we had to sort of get rid of all the bells and whistles, and the kids and the families, and they embraced that and they loved that. Now there's such an outpouring of love for the value of camp. People are finally getting it.
Right.
It's so wonderful.
That's great.
So that now parents, it sounds crazy, but they have to start thinking about camp now.
I know.
But it's like a rebirth. It's now the organic element of camp is back.
Yeah, it's a
And
combination of the technology stuff and then the pandemic and people getting stuck with their kids for a year and a half in their house.
There's that.
There's that. We were talking earlier that neither of us went to summer camp.
Right.
My parents,
City kids.
Yeah, my parents said camp is for kids whose parents don't love them, which was their way of saying we can't afford camp. So you're going to stay home. You're going to play in the fire hydrant. You're going to sit on the stoop.
Ride your bike around
exactly.
the
That's right. You
block.
can't cross the street. You just got to go around the block.
Stoop ball
exactly.
and all those exciting things. Yeah.
But you know, not everyone can afford a camp that has a lake and archery and all this other stuff. What really is at the essence of camp, and can it be found in an urban setting? You know, I'm speaking to parents like mine who couldn't afford, who would have loved to not have me in their hair, but just couldn't afford it.
Yeah, a camp does not have to look like mountains and lakes and things like that. There's no doubt about it. The camp, the core part of camp is children playing with other kids with role models around them, right? And it's organized. Right? So in a city setting, it could be on a rooftop, it could be in a park. There's plenty of places that it can be.
Right.
It's the fact that it's organized. Look, there's families that live in these perfect McMansion developments in the suburbs that don't even let their kids play outside because they think they're going to get snatched. All right? I mean, there's a neuroses, right, about that kind of thing. Camp is like a safe haven for them to send their kids to and feel like they're in a good place, they're trying new things, they're learning about themselves. They can make mistakes and learn from them, and they can learn these life skills.
And they're not going to be graded on it like
Right.
they would be during the school year.
Absolutely. We talked about it earlier, like, you know, winter is coming. Why should we be thinking, why should parents be thinking now about next season's summer camp?
Like I said, there are camps right now that are on wait lists.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating.
Wow.
So if camps are real, if people are interested in camp now, what they need to do is sign up now. They need to go out, put deposits down on small programs, big programs, whatever. They could get their money back at some point if they change their mind, but they need to be doing that research now. They need to talk to their friends, talk to their neighbors. They need to talk to my friend Renee at the ACA New York office, okay, who runs a public guidance service, and they need to find the camp. There are camps for every price point, every age. Right? I have just as many preschoolers that are starting my camp as middle schoolers.
Wow. So you can be in preschool, but how do you go about finding the best camp environment?
Yeah, like what's the checklist we should be looking at?
You want to talk to the camp directors.
Yeah.
You want to visit. You want to get a feeling for the camp. You want to find out what their philosophy is. Is it just fun and games, or are they teaching character values, which a lot of places are now?
Yeah, and camp is also a great place for older kids to get jobs.
Camp is literally the ultimate summer job for high school and college kids and young adults. It is leadership boot camp.
Love it.
Outdoors, unplugged. And you know, this new generation, they want to make an impact on the future. They can do that one child at a time with real human relationships.
Absolutely, Andy.
Right? Not screens.
Thank you so much. We appreciate the time.
Thank you.
We've just scratched the surface. We're going to post all these tips and information on our website at Pixel11.
I'm going to find a camp for you for the summer.
Okay.